Hi Judy, I got your questions, thank you. I'm going to make my way through them and try to sound coherent. Your first question from Schweier, 2011, page 20, paragraph 1, says that they have concluded that virtual communities are every bit as real and that they have the same impact on learning and the same emotional clout as face-to-face. And do I believe this and why? I would say, with my experience, that the virtual learning community does have the same impact as a face-to-face learning environment, and I would say in some instances it's actually better. The asynchronous discussion threads that we have allow everybody time to reflect on responses, and it gives everybody a voice. Schweier considers attributes of hospitality, forgiveness, and authenticity in virtual learning environments. And I think that that the creation of social presence makes the learning environment safe for expression and for risk-taking. So in that way, I think that the virtual environment is a very positive one for learning. In addition, Anderson considers the supportive and the learning communication that happens, and I would say that many of the exchanges that we have in our small group are very supportive, and that's been outstanding and really important for my learning, just because it comes from the trenches. You had mentioned something similar. Your next question, Schweier 2011, asks what it would be like when we see each other. Says, have you ever gotten to know someone online and only later met them face to face? Is it the beginning of a relationship or continuing of a friendship, and what are my thoughts on that? Well, I would definitely say it's a continuation of a friendship. It's a little different for the people that we met in residency down at RRU, but I feel that in our small group that we are good friends, and even in the larger group, many people, when I meet them, I will consider them my friends already, and I think that that's a testament to the way that social presence has been cultivated in the many activities that we've done to promote it. Another question, Schweier claims learning communities spring from a deep need to connect with other people. Do I agree with this? Or do I think it is the common desire to learn that results in a learning community? And I think that the desire to learn is the founding principle. A deep need to connect, well, you can find a lot of different groups to connect with. It doesn't need to be a learning community, so I think that the desire to learn is foundational to the development of a learning community. Finally, Anderson, 2004. In that reading, one of the participants refers to choosing to read as a mode of managing the workload, and they predetermine the value of content prior to reading. What's my opinion on that? Well, I think that we need to manage our time really carefully, and certainly there's different ways of doing that, and being selective in the discussion forums that you post to is a part of that. I have different methods for that. And in the spirit of inclusiveness, which I think is really important, sometimes I search for posts that haven't had a lot of responses. Other times with specific topics, I'm just curious about what particular people might be saying about that. I don't think that there is an expectation that every person in the course will read every single post, and I don't think that I would be able to manage that time-wise, but to predetermine the value of content, no, I don't think that that's appropriate at all. How would you know? How would you know what a person's insights are on different topics? And I think that's one of the exciting things about looking at different people's posts. There is so much learning that can happen there. So, anyway, thank you very much, and this concludes the interview.